A Light by Patricia Ione Lloyd, commissioned by the Public Theater. Ione Lloyd is still wearing clothes, but not brushing her hair that often, but is still writing and playing with her puppy in Brooklyn. The Public Theater is of, by, and for all people. Artist-driven, radically inclusive, and fundamentally democratic. The Public continues the work of its visionary founder, Joe Papp, as a civic institution engaging both on stage and off with some of the most important ideas and social issues of today. Cast of characters.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I am nervously awaiting the birth of my first child.
I'm Taylor, construction worker, in love with my partner, looking forward to the birth of our first baby.
I'm Alex, a sex-loving hipster, happy to start a family and waiting for my partner to give birth.
I'm Gangsta One, a 1930s mob boss.
I'm Gangster 2, a 1930s gangster.
Hello, I'm a 105-year-old grumpy old man.
Doctor.
Squirrel. I'm squirrel.
The setting, 3 people wait nervously in a hospital maternity ward waiting room. It is present day. They sit or stand in front of 3 doors. Behind those doors, their respective partners are giving birth. They face the audience. Upstage is the outside area. It is a desolate park with 1 wooden bench. A magical area where it can be any time of day or year. A place where souls are reborn.
When I first met my partner, I didn't know that I was broken. My partner made me whole, except for one missing piece. This baby is that piece.
We never planned on having a baby, but shit happens. I mean, hell, people were starting to think I was weird, some kind of creep. I ain't no creep. Looking at babies in parks and in restaurants, sometimes I see them everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Smiling at me while they're playing with their little baby toes and their little baby fingers. She saw them too. It was okay for her to play peekaboo with them, but not for me. Does it make me a criminal to want to see the delight in a child's eyes when it's still you there behind your hands? So yeah, shit happens. Your girlfriend gets knocked up, but sometimes when shit happens, it's good. It's good shit. The baby's 2 months early. I asked the doctor if that was enough time, if the baby had cooked enough, and she said yeah. I think that's because my girlfriend is so freaking hot.
I wonder how soon we can have sex after the baby. Maybe 2 weeks? The best sex I ever had in my life was with my partner, especially when we were trying to get pregnant. We had to try. And afterwards, they'd cover my face with kisses and stand on their head. I told them that probably wouldn't help, but they look so hot upside down. They do yoga. Maybe we could have sex in a week.
I'm gonna go get coffee. Does anybody want coffee? Yeah, me neither. I'm missing the birth of my child. Coffee isn't gonna help.
Yeah, I was watching from the observation area, but I fainted.
I threw up.
Everyone moves their chairs away from Taylor. There's a pause. Both people look at Sam.
And
what?
Why'd they kick you out of the observation area?
I was crying.
what?
I was.
Come on.
I was crying. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop crying.
Seriously?
Hey,
Come on.
at least I didn't throw up.
Throwing up's better than crying.
Yeah. When your partner's having a baby, throwing up is better than crying. Actually, throwing up is always better than crying.
Thank you.
I was just thinking when you die, you're supposed to see a light at the end of the tunnel. But what if we never die? What if we just keep on being reborn? What if that light is us coming out of another vagina into another time, into another life?
What the hell are you talking about?
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation made you cry in the delivery room?
Come on.
Seriously? No wonder they kicked you out.
The people become silent. They turn and face their respective doors. The lights dim. Lights up on the park bench. The time is in the 1930s. Two people sit side by side on the bench. Gangster 1 takes out a cigarette and Gangster 2 lights it for him.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, boss.
Do you want one?
Nah, I gave him up. I want to live a long time.
Why do you have a lighter then?
For you, boss, and for the dames that haven't quit smoking yet. It's bad for you, you know.
You're always like a child of mine to me, you always were.
You've been like a parent to me, boss.
I wish I could trust you, kid. I really do.
What are you talking about, boss? You can trust me. I'd rather die 1,000,000 times than do anything to make you not trust me, honest.
But you did my wife. Even worse, you made love to her, and so you're no longer the apple of my eye.
Boss, please. Boss.
Just look for the light, kiddo. Look for the light.
Gangster 1 pulls out a gun and the lights go down as we hear a shot fired. Lights up on the hospital maternity ward waiting room. We hear the sound of a baby crying from one of the closed doors. Taylor jumps and moves to the open door.
Oh, I hope it's a little girl.
Taylor exits into the delivery room. Sam and Alex look at each other.
I wonder.
Don't.
Lights down on the hospital maternity ward waiting room. Lights up on the park bench. It's present day. A grumpy old man sits alone on the bench, feeding the pigeons.
Tuk, tuk, tuk. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Tuk, tuk. I hate pigeons. They're not even birds. Not a bird. Bird's a cardinal, a blue jay, or a dove, but look at that pigeon over there eating a chicken wing. It's disgusting. I only feed them so I don't look crazy. I don't want anyone to know what I'm really doing. I'm waiting to die. I'm not depressed and I'm not suicidal, but not even having a crisis of faith. I just want to die because I'm 105 years old. I'm older than old. I am not 105 years young. I am 105 years ancient. My children are grown. When I see their kids, they're always asking me for a piece of candy. I don't walk around with candy in my pockets. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I give out butterscotch candies to little children. Then my August died. We was married 80 years, and I loved her. She wasn't just my wife. She's my person. The person who I talk to when I'm happy or sad, the person I kiss and I held, the person who made me feel life is worth living just to look at their face. Yeah, I don't like people. I don't like more than 3 ice cubes in my drink. I like the right side of the sheet turned down on the bed. I'm a difficult person, always have been, but she's all the good in me. made me want to be better. I wasn't ever really better, but she still loved me. I hear these stories about these old people, these old married couples. One person dies, and the other one dies a couple years afterwards. No one knows why. Just broken heart. My heart is broken. It's been 5 years. I just want to be with August again. You know, when I close my eyes, I can still see her face. It's so beautiful. It's the only time I'm happy. I'm living my life with my eyes closed, hoping to get mugged, but I never do. August, I miss you. Nothing makes sense without you, my love. Uh, uh, August, August, I can still see you. It's like my heart is filled with love, and it's about to burst. I can see the light, August. It's so beautiful.
Lights up on the hospital maternity ward waiting room.
I can't take it anymore.
Alex opens the door and stands in the doorway, back facing the audience. Here's your baby. So cute, so grumpy.
So beautiful.
Alex exits into the delivery room.
I will not cry. There's nothing to cry about. No, I will not cry. I will not cry.
Lights down on the maternity ward waiting room. Lights up on the park bench. It's present day. There's a squirrel on the bench holding a nut. The squirrel stops as it spots the leftover chicken wing that the pigeon was just eating.
What is that? Do I want it? I want it. Do I? What is that? Do I need it? What about the nut? Got the nut. Got the nut. Crack the nut. Crack the nut. Eat the nut. Yum. Wait. I want to see what that is.
The squirrel drops the nut and hops off the bench and goes over to the chicken wing. The squirrel sniffs it curiously.
What is this? It's not a nut. Who cares about nuts? I hate nuts. Always gotta crack the nut. Crack the nut. Eat the nut. But this, what is this? I think this is what they call fried chicken.
The squirrel picks up the chicken wing and carries it over to the bench.
Fried chicken wing. I got the fried chicken wing. Eat the fried chicken wing. Eat the fried chicken wing. Yum, yum, yum. Happy, yum, yum.
All of a sudden, the squirrel begins to choke. And we are back in the maternity ward. Sam, you can come in and see your partner and baby now. You've got quite a feisty baby, and they're already eating. End of play.